Good evening, guys. It is June 4th, 2022. This video here, I want to do a review on the Oreck upright vacuum cleaners. Now, these are excellent vacuum cleaners. They last and last and last, and they are extremely reliable. Unfortunately, they do not clean nearly as well as some others, but they do get the job done. They're wonderful. I'm sure you've seen them advertised for years. The 8-pound lightweight upright vacuum cleaner. Now, these, at least this design, has kind of just been moved to the commercial market. They do have some that are a little newer that actually have LED headlights and stuff. As far as I know, those tend to be fairly reliable, but what I don't like is they're not quite as easy to service as these are. These are very easy to service. Some of them have 2-speed motors. This one only has 1 speed, on or off. Some of them have a lower speed for hard floors and then a higher speed for carpet. But these older ones have they call the helping hand handle. These are very nice. I love this style of handle. It's very comfortable on the hand, very ergonomic. It's very direct to control it. So obviously it's lightweight. This, at least the household models, you get a 30-foot cord, I believe, and the cord is thick on these. It's just a 2-prong, but it's really thick. Really good quality. So, cords are really nice on these. They do exit out of the top of the handle here, so that's nice. It'll be out of your way. Let's see. Obviously, it's bagged, but that's what I recommend. But these bags are huge. They hold a lot. These are the Oreck CC bags, which are very, very common, and they're everywhere. So, most of the new ones have a docking system that you just slide it in and out, and it actually seals off the bag for you. So that way it doesn't leak dust when you throw it away. And then it just slides into this dock here, into the plastic. So basically, just slides into a track here, and then hooks into a notch back there, and then you just press it on back here. I'm doing it one-handed, so I'm trying basically until it snaps into the bracket there. So you need 2 hands for this. Okay. So, yes. So, they're huge bags. They come in this cloth HEPA material. You can get paper bags too, but I do recommend these thicker, higher quality bags. They're going to filter better, they're going to give you better performance. So, yes. And bags are cheap and widely available. It's very lightweight. They can go flat to the floor pretty much, although it does kind of lift up a little bit. So I would hold it about there, but that's pretty darn close to the floor. To flat. You can get under beds, coffee tables, couches, if your couch is up on legs. So that'll be very functional there. And parts are everywhere for these. These machines are very common. They've been around for decades. They're very easy to service. Got a brush tool here. Now, you can take out these 5 screws here, pull off this base plate, and you literally have access to absolutely everything. You have access to the roller, to the motor, to everything right there. And this is about as simple and basic as you can get with a vacuum cleaner. Now, these are not necessarily cheap, brand new. You're going to spend at least $300. If you get a commercial unit, you're probably going to spend like $150 to $200. But considering that most Sharks and Bissell's and other brands are that price, you know you're getting a good quality product here. So it's really worth every penny, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to go on with pros and cons. Now, pros. Obviously, very lightweight. Very, very lightweight. If you are elderly, if you are disabled, this is a machine that I don't think you're going to have too many issues with. It's really not heavy, and it's like 8 or 9 pounds. So it'll be wonderful. Now, another pro, parts are everywhere for them. Absolutely everywhere. Parts are super common. They're super widely available. And they're fairly inexpensive to get a hold of. And these are very cost effective to repair. Should something break on them. Also, side note, you do have a headlight on this one. Not all of them have headlights. Some do and some don't. But that's entirely up to you, whether you want the headlight or not. It's not a necessity, but I would say that it's a nice feature to have, because it does kind of help illuminate some darker areas under furniture and in dark corners that are shaded, and stuff like that. So it does help. Do you have a fingertip switch? So very simple there. There's no trying to find it anywhere. It's just right there. Some of the really old models, or the real basic ones, have a foot switch on the bottom on the housing here, but yes. So it's wonderful in that regard. Another pro is bags are extremely large. You can go months and months and months with vacuuming with this machine on one bag before it's even full. And it's just great. I will say, if you are in an apartment or some kind of small living situation, this is a very good option. It is expensive, I will say that, but in terms of a good quality, reliable vacuum cleaner that is built to last a very long time, in terms of small vacuum cleaners, you can't really get much better than this. So, if you're in a small apartment and you just have a small hall closet or something, this will just stand right in the corner. Like, look at that. Now, this is the edge of a wall with a door. Like, look how little space that takes up. That's wonderful. It is a little tall, so, if it's in a coat closet or something, it may be kind of sticking into coats and stuff, but every vacuum does, So, that's a wonderful plus. Yeah, so parts are everywhere. Parts are cheap, easy to repair, and last a long time. And bags are huge and last a long time. You can get bags in an 8-pack. And I would say the bags are fairly priced. I wouldn't say they're necessarily the cheapest, but they're not anything outrageous by any means. So, yes. So that's lovely. Again, apartment living, smaller house living, condo, whatever situation like that. It's wonderful. Now, as for the cons, there's not a whole lot of cons. However, there are a few things that I want to mention about this machine, and it's not something that would necessarily make me not want to buy the machine, but they are things to consider. Now, one thing is the cleaning path on this is pretty narrow, which could also be a pro in terms of smaller spaces, because it is more narrow, so you can get under furniture a little better and in between chairs and stuff. Like, for example, this. Well, that's not a good example. Let me find a good example here. This one I know will work because I do this all the time. But you can get right in between and lay it flat, like I said. So it's wonderful. But that's a good pro on that side. However, if you have a large home, lots of area to cover, lots of carpet, this probably wouldn't be ideal for you. It may not be the most efficient. Let's see, other cons. Now, this is just one thing that I notice as somebody who's been researching and working on vacuum cleaners for a very long time, like 10 to 15 years at this point. The roller brush has pretty soft, flexible bristles, and that can be not so good on carpet. It will get the surface stuff, but it doesn't really agitate too well to really vibrate sand and grit from deep down in the carpet as well. So if you have a lot of high pile carpet, this is probably not the best for you. And also there's no height adjustment, so if you do have thicker carpet, it can be harder to push. And I've heard from people who do have pretty thick carpet who use these, they say they burn out belts pretty quick on thicker carpet. So that is one downside, I would say. But, it cleans well enough. If you just want something just to get the job done, and you don't have a whole lot of, heavy soil in your home, then this would be good. Another situation that this machine would be useful is if you have low pile carpet, like really low pile carpet, like that commercial grade stuff, it really does work pretty well, including Berber carpet and carpeting like that. That's more flat and doesn't really have a pile to it. Also, these machines are perform really well on hard floors, I will say. I use this brush roll on and everything, and stuff on my hard floors. I have absolutely no issues with it on hard floors. That is one advantage of that softer roller, is if you have a lot of hard surface floors in your house and you prefer uprights like this, this is probably a better solution for you. And it's wonderful for homes with mostly hard floors, and if you have a few area rugs, it's excellent on area rugs. This machine is gentle on rugs and runners and, just lower pile, lighter rugs that can really be, sucked into a large machine if you're not careful. This machine will not do that. I have never experienced a single problem. I have a small, almost Berber loop kind of style mat by my back door, entry mat, and I vacuum that all the time with this, and I have absolutely no problems with it. It is gentle. It doesn't just suck it really hard and slide around the floor. It's really easy. And I can just go around my kitchen, around my bathroom floor, all over my hard floors, even with the brush spinning and it on that high speed. And I have no issues. I have vinyl linoleum type floors in my house, and it performs beautifully on those floors. If I have like fine dirt or something on there, that brush is just enough to sweep that dirt off of that surface and leave the floors feeling really smooth. So this is an excellent machine for that. So I will say that there are more pros than cons, but those few cons that I just mentioned, those are some things to consider, because there can be some drawbacks, and it just depends on your household, it depends on your lifestyle, it depends on what you have, what you need, what you're looking for in a machine like this, but this is a good general all-purpose vacuum cleaner for all types of hard floor surfaces, carpet surfaces, everything. It is just wonderful, and they do a really good job. They're not the best deep cleaners per se, but they do get the job done. They make your carpet look good and look refreshed. And if you have company coming over and you need to vacuum real quick, this is just real easy just to grab, whip out, and it grooms the carpet really nice so it'll look refreshed and they'll know you vacuumed and it's all looking good. So anyway, that about sums up this review. Do I recommend it? Yes, absolutely. I recommend it to just about anybody who's looking for a simple, lightweight vacuum cleaner. Whether you're elderly, whether you're a young couple that just got their first apartment, whether you are looking for something because you've downsized your home and you don't want a massive machine, but you still want something that's good quality and will last, this is a good choice, an excellent choice. Like I said, parts are everywhere. They're very, very, very serviceable. They're very reliable. I see these going for 30 or 40 years all the time. People have them for a really long time. This one is about 11 years old and it's still running perfect. So, they are built to last. And they are excellent machines. You will get your money back time and time and time again with these because they just last so long. They're excellent machines. I can't say enough great things about them. So anyway, yes, I do recommend it 100%. But then again, if you have a lot of thick carpet, if you have a large home, if you have a lot to do, this might not be for you. But it all depends on what you want. It depends on what works for you. So, but for the most part, I would recommend this for just about anybody. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.